Hi, my name is Alex Christopulos, and I led a women's purity group here this summer. I grew up here in the D.C. area. My parents both worked for the government. They both worked a lot, and I really was left to raise myself. In that, I decided to Yahoo pornography when I was 13 to learn about sexuality, since no one else was teaching me about it. Unfortunately, that took me down a dark road that eventually coincided with a depression where I wound up in therapy. My therapist happened to be a believer, and she happened to lead me to Christ through that, which has just been a blessing, but really allowed me to have real healing when it comes to this. I've been involved in a small group for a long time, was at a retreat a couple of years ago, and another girl shared about her addiction to pornography in the large group, and I went up to one of the staffers afterwards, and I just, talked to her about how this is a real thing, and she's not the only one, and we only let the guys talk about this, and that's not really fair or accurate. And 2 years later, I got to lead that group, so it's just very cool to see God, work over the years. Even it wasn't like an immediate thing, but it's something that I know He's put on my heart to share and talk about, and it's cool to see God allow that. Even for myself, having done small group for so long, to get the healing that I got in that season of my life was incredible. It's just a little bit different than what you can really achieve when you have a large group with many, many diverse backgrounds. When you go down into a specific thing that you share that is maybe a trauma or something, you can really dig deep and create relationship and bonding and healing in a way that is profound, really. It still took years of development as a leader to really lead a group of people that are struggling. It's hard. It's hard to not take things personal as a leader. It's hard when you're leading someone, and instead of them moving in a path closer to God, you see them moving further and further away, and it's sad, but I know it's not because of something I did wrong, and I think that's a really important part that God really had to refine in me before I could ever lead a group like this. Even though some of the girls did fall, and it was a struggle, others succeeded, and stories were shared, and healing happened, and that was very real. God's really the one in control. All I can do is show up and love people, and honestly sometimes know when to walk away when that's appropriate too, because that person needs that space and that time with God. One of the coolest things that happened in leading this ministry is the very first night we were meeting, I didn't know what these girls looked like, and so we had the door open, and this woman came, and she asked if we were the Awana meeting group, and obviously we were not. And she looked at us, and she was like, "Well, then what are you?" And everyone looks to me to say something, and I was like, "Oh, we're here to talk about purity." And she just got so excited. She was just she's like, "I've been married for 20 years, and you guys need to talk about this. I am so excited for you guys." And just to have that feedback was God. It was God showing up and saying, this is the right thing, and this is so needed. And He's so glad that each one of those ladies showed up. So it was cool that He sent the random lady looking for the Awana group.